Alright everybody, welcome to another video. So today, 2015 F-150 with a 2.7 EcoBoost. I'm installing this Turbosmart Vee EM right here, blow-off valve. It's called the Vee Port EM. And this is an electronically controlled boost blow-off valve. It mounts on the intercooler of your F-150 and allows the factory computer to keep control. So the older style was vacuum actuated, and if you just left this connector unplugged and it wasn't able to work, you'd get a check engine light. On the earlier models, before a PCM was updated, it wouldn't cause a check engine light, but you'd still have a stored code for that not working. They did make some kind of dummy plug. Now they have this unit here, which allows two things. If you just want that cool sound, there's some cheaper options. This holds more boost pressure than the stock valve. So the problem I'm having is I'm not tuned, but the stock valve at high RPMs, you'll see it fluctuate a little bit on the boost. It's just not holding. So I'm hoping that this fixes that issue. And as a bonus, you get that little blow-off valve sound. So it's actually not too hard to replace. You don't have to remove anything. We just need to crawl under the truck. So let's get under there and get going. We're under the front of the truck, and Turbosmart actually has a very comprehensive video for this, which I'll leave a link in the description, that basically involves removing these two bolts on the end to remove the shield that retains the intercooler. Then we'll remove clamps on these two hoses over here, and there's a retaining clip we're going to pull out of here, and we will drop the full intercooler down after removing. This is our return port to the intake. You just rotate and that comes off, and that gets plugged. We don't use it anymore. There's a wiring harness up here, need to unplug. Then we'll drop the whole thing out and switch out. This is the stock OEM diverter valve here. It's actually pretty easy, but you do have to take the whole intercooler down. Again, I'll have a link in the description for Turbosmart's very comprehensive video on how to do this. There's no reason for me to reinvent the wheel here. Alright, once we've got it out, here's what we're looking at. Don't worry about these two bolts here. There's this one 8mm bolt we need to remove on the stock diverter valve. It's also a good time. I took just a little bit of brake cleaner, sprayed inside of here and blew it out with the leaf blower, and then use some rags. There's just a little bit of oil type stuff. That's normal. Go ahead and remove this. Put a little fluid film on the top of the bolt. See the elements of me getting to it, but the threads are fine. We're going to rotate this like that and then pop it out. You can see exactly how that works. So this huge thing here compared to that new part there. Take this. Just gonna make sure there's no junk in there. Rotate that so it stops. You'll know you're in the right spot. There's a hole here, there's a hole here. They should line up. So they give you this hardware here. Now this is going to go basically like that. We'll use this hole here. We'll thread that into there. Another one into here. Alright, so we'll need a 3mm and a 4mm Allen. So the smaller one is the 3. Start that. Take our bigger Allen. thread. I'll make it a little bit easier and do it like that. Alright, so we've got everything reinstalled. So this metal retaining clip on mine, it worked, but just from having the intercooler off a few times, it's kind of stretched. So I just put a little piece of 3M tape on here to make sure that it doesn't work loose, you know, going down the road, because obviously we don't want this pipe coming loose and causing a boost leak. So that's just kind of to hold the pin down in the grooves. Now we're ready to start it up and see if there's a difference. Forgot one part. So they give you this plug here that fits where your diverter valve went, and it locks in. So you just push it in there and rotate this thing. Alright, so at idle, see if we can hear it. You can definitely hear it. If on your truck you're having a hard time hearing it, try putting it in sport mode. Sounds good. Alright, so this is just regular driving. Just do a little brake boost so that you hear it. Launch. Alright, so that was just in regular, put in sport mode. The question is, did it fix my problem? Problem was fluctuating boost. So I mean, there's still a little bit, it's better. Yeah, it's holding pretty steady now, so that's good. I think that combined with my wastegate actuator valve video that I recently did, that we've got it solved. We've got it licked. Feels powerful. This didn't make it feel any more powerful though. I was just trying to fix an issue. So if you have a problem with your stock diverter valve, this is the time to install this valve. I don't recommend it necessarily for a stock tuned truck unless you just want the sound. There's probably an easier way to get just that sound though, if that's all you care about. If you're tuned though and you're making over 20 pounds of boost, you pretty much need this valve to contain the boost because the stock one can't hold that much boost. So, but it's neat, just like part throttle. Makes a nice, satisfying blow-off sound. So if you're thinking about it, it is an expensive part. It's $300 to $400 depending on where you buy it. Again, I guess my overall recommendation would be if you either are tuned and making over 20 pounds of boost, or you're stock and your stock diverter valve has gone out, that would be the time that I'd probably buy this part and replace it. So we'll see how it holds up. Mixed reviews on the longevity of, you know, keeping it clean. So that might be an issue in the future. Might look to get some kind of sock that goes over it to keep dust, because I live out in the country, to keep dust from getting inside of it and causing problems. Hope the video was helpful. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you later.